Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I see we
Great.
have some new faces here, and I really want to welcome everyone that's new. This is an intentional breathing practice that we're trying to begin together. This group, what we're going to do to get this started is maybe in our minds, start kind of thinking about the intention you want to set today as we walk in to this guided breath. What we're going to think about as we're breathing is this intention. My intention today is going to be set in the mind frame and awareness of healing my body. That is where I want to keep all my energy today. You can feel free to pick a different intention. I want you all to make this a personalized experience to yourselves. And this is a group to together learn together and practice together. I am not a professional. I am a stroke survivor, and I have learned that this modality actually really helped elevate and change the direction my body health was in dramatically. And now I've gone from being in a wheelchair to being fully mobile again. It's been pretty profound. I had a stroke in 2019, and for about the first year and a half, I couldn't move very well at all. So I just put that out there so people know where I'm coming from and how this has benefited my life and how it may help you. Sometimes some of these modalities work very well for people, and sometimes they just don't work. But I believe that it's very important to try new things as you're trying to heal from such a traumatic experience. Trauma is incredibly damaging to your body system, and it actually alters the way that you breathe. And it's a very unnoticeable, unconscious thing because we all stay alive. Breathing is something that we do on an unconscious level. So today we're going to practice a little somatic breath. And I'm so excited that there's so many people here. It's great to see new faces, and it's great to have people returning. I want everybody to take a moment and get themselves seated in a very good, comfortable position. If you have like kick away from your desk, just give yourself a little space. That way, if you want to have some free body movement through this, you can certainly do that as well. This is invitation only. I want you to feel what your body is speaking to you and move your body in the way that it is telling you to move as we breathe. That is an open invitation to everybody. If you don't want to move, you can just stay there as well. Please be comfortable doing what you need to do today to help heal your bodies. And let's do this together. Is everybody nice and comfortable? Everybody's good and set? All right, beautiful. So with this good intention of healing today, Ralph, if you want to go ahead and kick on the music. I'm going to explain really quickly, and then we will proceed. We're going to begin with a breath in the mouth and out of the mouth today. We will do a series of 6 of those style of breath. And then from there, we will move into nostril breathing, breathing in the nose, and then blowing it forcefully with an open mouth. Feel free to open your mouth as wide as possible. And then from there, we're going to move into making some vagal stimulation noise. just kind of with maybe a light sigh or like really push that carbon dioxide and those toxins out of the body system. We're going to get our bodies into a little bit of movement as we go through this and end on a nice light note. We will be breathing for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Please settle in. Feel free to dim your gaze down and be comfortable in your breath. You can keep a speed that is comfortable to your body. You can feel free to do your own counting. You do not have to follow the count that I may begin with. I generally try not to count through the whole thing because it does get a little distractive. So let's go ahead and dim our gaze and settle in to just a nice in through the mouth and out through the mouth. We're going to count in to 4 and blow out to 4. We're going to do 2 more repetitions. Feel that air expand into your belly and body and throwing it out of your mouth with a little force. Let's go ahead and move to a nostril breathe. Counting 4 in and 6 on the exhale. You want to elongate your exhalation through this breath. And continue in the nose and out the mouth. It is very normal to begin to feel as though you're dropping into the seated position that you're in, as though you're touching the surface a little heavier. It is very normal to begin to feel small sensations throughout your head and neck and heart and body, all the way down your spine into your limbs. Sometimes people will get a little dizzy or feel like a tingling sensation. All of these sensations that you may feel, whether it be pain to tingling to numbness or nothing, everything is very normal. It is your body's way of communicating as you are releasing the carbon dioxide out of your body. Please continue to inhale at a count of 4 and exhale through the mouth, elongating it to a count of 6. If you need to rest, just revert back to a normal breathing pattern in the nose and out the mouth. We want to thank our bodies for this moment of breath. Two more. Nice deep inhale. Try to make it a little deeper this time and a little longer on your exhale. Now on this inhalation, I want you to inhale as deep as you can and hold. Hold, tightening and straightening your spine and your core. Hold and exhale. Fully emptying your entire body of air and hold that empty body. Hold it tightly. Hold. And we're going to inhale through the nose. Nice and deep. And hold. 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 And exhale. Fully releasing all of your air from your body. On your next inhalation, just go back to a normal rhythm of breath in the nose and out of the nose. In the nose and out of the nose. Let's do 2 more. You may see that you're able to breathe a little deeper as you progress. On the next inhale, we're going to open our mouth fully as we exhale and make a nice sigh, as loud or as little as possible, or as little as much as you would like. And repeat. Try to inhale as much oxygen as possible and release as much carbon dioxide as you can through your sigh. Let's do 2 more rounds. Now we're going to go into a small gratitude of appreciation for breath. If you are able to, take your hands and clap them together as you continue a rhythmic breath through your nose, and then start rubbing them back and forth. If you're unable to clap your hands, please you can clap on a piece of your body or part of your body extremity. Rub them together and let's place them on our heart, covering our heart chakra. Continuing a 4-count breath in our nose, blowing it out of our nose. Feel free to move your body any way that you feel it needs to move. Sometimes a nice neck turn or a shoulder shrug, or just wiggling a little bit, getting that excess energy off and away from your energetic centers and circles. Thank you, body, for the oxygen you supply me today. Let's place a small smile of gratitude as we thank you, body, for the oxygen you provide us today. We will do 2 more rounds. And let's go ahead and move our hands to our legs, grounding them to our body. And we can begin to blink our eyes open. Just setting in the way that you feel. Let's take awareness in this moment of how our body feels. Feel free to move or wiggle, kind of releasing any extra excess energetic feelings that might rise. You may even lift your arms, just stretch them out. Just go ahead and let your body move any way that it wants to do, just to give it a small release. And just take notice of how you're feeling, how your body is feeling, the sensations you may be having throughout your body. Maybe pull some awareness to around you, to where you're sitting, to your body touching the surface of what you're sitting on. Just kind of begin to allow your body to become aware of how your body is feeling in this moment. Staying very present in this present that we're given in this moment right now. And when everybody's ready, I'd be happy to begin a share with everyone. We can speak about how people are feeling and how this affected them today, what they thought, etc., for a little bit. I also would like to ask those that were here last week, did you work on your homework? I will be checking in every week.
There was no homework last week.
To practice through the week. There was none. I don't know if I gave any, did I? I know we spoke about it a little bit in the beginning. I might have jumped off without giving it last week.
I might have derailed you, but I was going to stay out of it.
It's a work in progress, Ralph. We're getting this together.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, it's going to be a valuable resource on YouTube, because before you started, I was thinking, you know, for people who are returning, I can put a link to like where the meditation starts at, or the breathing starts at like 4 minutes in. So if you haven't listened to it before, you can listen to the explanation. If you're coming back because you like the somatic breathing, to do it along with the music and YouTube, then bingo, you can just go right to it. So yeah, it's a work in progress.
I truly love doing a group setting, because I feel like it helps all of us on an energetic level. Even though that we are not sitting in the same room, I feel the same energy as though we are. And it seems as though the energy level that when you have a group of people that are all working on a common denominator or common problem, it seems like whenever we pool resources and energetic our energetic fields together, it really allows for your body to kind of shift a little bit better, in my opinion, a little bit easier. And it allows for a little bit more accountability in the practice because, I'm going to show up every week and ask about homework, and we're all going to be here together doing this. So if anybody would like to share, I please open the floor.
I taught for 38 years, and if I saw a student doing what we were doing, I'd probably be annoyed. But what I noticed myself, even after we'd finished the guided practice, I just kept moving, which I thought was kind of neat.
How did it make you feel? Did it relax you?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
That's
It really relaxed me. Last week I said I almost had a disconnected feeling. I guess it was similar this week. I just felt really at ease and like pretty much, I don't know where the line was, somewhere in here, like I just wasn't aware of anything in my body other than mostly my head and shoulders and breathing. And, maybe that's the goal. One of the things.
It's very normal. It's very normal to experience
I just lost it. I lost everything.
some kind of a transcendental feeling from closing your eyes and pulling all of the stimulation inside into whatever realm you create. Some people actually can see shapes and colors, and I've actually experienced mind movies that are very similar to seeing a physical movie. It's pretty profound what this starts to do. And not just in those, it's through the release of the tryptophan chemicals that we have within our body as we're setting our bodies into a different rhythm of breath. We live in a very chaotic world, especially dealing with an illness and trying to heal. And, it's pretty easy to get caught up in all of that chaos and get lost in it from time to time. And I feel like these moments really give me that break. It's nice to hear that you're seeing a difference. That's exactly the goal, is to make the awareness after you have the experience of how free and flowing and fun it makes your body feel. It's important to find fun in this as well.
I just want to say one thing for the YouTube audience who may be new this week or in a year from now. And that's one of the things that, one of the only things they found in studies is that mindfulness is one of the things that will help you with post-stroke chronic pain. Works better than medications. So meditation versus medication. Ooh, I like that. I might have to write that down.
I like it as well.
We have an organization called BC Brain Wellness. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, working out of UBC. And the one who teaches the mindfulness, he was actually a hockey player and he's missing a front tooth. And
all hockey players are.
Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. He's not playing hockey anymore, but I think he really was able to take mindfulness with him when he played hockey.
Well, you think about what somebody like Usain Bolt is doing, training 4 years to run 9 seconds. You tell me he's not engaged in some level of incredible mindfulness.
Yes.
Or he couldn't do that. I mean, people can't run 9-second 100-yard dashes, but he does. I love the meme where he says, he didn't say it, somebody made it up and attributes it to him. It's a picture of him like jumping out of the starting blocks, and it says, I trained 4 years to take a couple hundredths of a second off of my time, and you people can't even make it a month. Think about it. Yeah. So Mindfulness is a very powerful thing, of which breathing is definitely a part. I
Yeah.
find I don't do my homework every day, Angelia, but what you know what I do? I find when I'm like, I don't know, so sometimes I get like six things coming at me. I don't get frazzled very much, but if I start to feel frazzled at all about like, well, what am I gonna do first? There are all these people, my phone's blowing up and everything. I won't do any of them. I'll just sit
Mhm.
down in my chair behind me, that one right there, and breathe for a minute or two. And then when I get up, I just feel a different sense of order. I don't feel the all the pressure, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. To how am I going to do three things at once? I just go, oh, okay, I feel better. So what am I doing here? Okay, that's first. Do that first. Do that second. You know, because when you get frazzled, you don't perform well. So I did my homework 4 or 5 times this week, not necessarily every day, maybe twice in one day. I don't know. And so you know, it's but I use it to uh, undo those kinds of frazzly feelings, as opposed to saying, okay, at 9 o'clock every morning I will sit down and breathe, which I probably should do. But
Mhm. It helps in those moments, and that's beautiful that you're remembering those moments. That's an important time to remember to breathe,
no,
you
I sit
know?
down. I literally sit down in that chair right there behind me, and close my eyes and do some intentional breathing. And basically, what it is it's like a mind flush. You know,
Mhm.
you're like just flushing all that crap out of your head, and you start with a new perspective. I do anyway.
Definitely. It's a beautiful release, a release of energy. You know, they say that by grounding yourself, this is something I've heard scientists say, that by grounding yourself barefooted on the ground outside once a day, usually at the end of the day, is my preference. It allows for the release of that, exactly. It allows for the release of that excess energy that gets pent up in our body systems. We are all energetic people, and that is something that I know I lose sight of because you get lost in the day to day functionality of just keeping rituals, routines, fed, enough water, making sure that you're moving your body enough. There's a lot to remember as a person that's trying to heal from such an experience. So I know those little tidbits I try to practice daily today. They've become something pretty important to me.
Well, I did. I made a big long list of everything I'd like to do, and of course, you can't do it all in one day. Same with going to
Mhm.
the gym. I've got a big long gym list. I can do it, but it takes an hour and 45 minutes. I'm generally never there for an hour and 45 minutes. So I got a couple different versions where I just do half of it. The next time I go back, I do the other half. I did a similar thing in my recovery. It was more of a mental list than write them all down, but I made this big long mental list, and I just do as much as I could during the day. And then the next day I'd say, okay, what did I not do yesterday? Make sure to do those things. And, if you just keep at it, it doesn't matter if you get it perfect and do 50% this
Mhm.
on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other 50%, because I walked every day. When I these
Sure.
other ancillary things like various hand things and such that I introduced, they were in other time slots than my walking time slot. I had like 6 or 7 times a day I walked in my driveway until I could walk 2 or 3 miles, and then I only did it once. But anyway, so one thing you do is just remember all the things you want to do and pull as many as you can out every day.
Well, I some weeks I know, um, like I would think that we're going to do this class where it's going to last a little bit longer. I noticed that I did cut this a little bit shorter today,
Not
but
really.
it really felt good. I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel so much more calmer just like something took a little bit of weight off of me and shedded it away. Hmm.
It'll be
Yeah.
back.
Don't tell me that. Not today. Today's dry needling day. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this one today. We're going to do my back and my leg, and I think we're going to try to do my shoulder again. So it's going to be a pretty intense one today.
They do an e-stem along with the dry needling.
They do a stimulation,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
So I had
stimulation.
it a couple of times without, and then they introduced, you know, they put the little like alligator clips on them, and
Mhm.
it, well, I found it helped both ways, but I think it helped more um, with the stimulation than it did without. I felt more results. Of course, the insurance
Yeah.
company doesn't help any of that because after about 3 or 4 sessions, bingo, I got cut off. Hey, we're
Mm.
graduating you. By the way, that's a term for kicking your butt. Don't let the screen door hit you on the way out.
I'm
I
hoping
always
that
see that in
doesn't
the
happen
groups, and I go
again.
like, you know, today's my last day of therapy. I'm graduating, and I have to bite my tongue and, you know, not say, well, that's the insurance company's way of saying, bye bye, you're out of here.
Mm.
You know, you don't ever want to graduate, period. This is a lifelong thing. Anybody who's, you know,
Telling you that you're to the point that you can't heal anymore. Yeah,
don't listen
tell
to
them
them.
they're crazy.
It's the insurance company talking through your therapist.
Yes.
They're
Mhm.
accountable. You know, they have certain metrics, and they've been getting worse. People are getting only 15, 20 visits. I got 30. Um,
Mm.
it's getting worse. So
Yeah, they approved me initially for 24 and then they gave me 12.
that's even more than
So
I got. But at
so
least,
now I'm trying to get reapproved because there has been such a significant change since I've been doing it. So um that we're trying to get it reapproved for another at least 12 sessions.
it's funny. It seems to me like they reapprove you if you don't make any progress or if you make a bunch of progress, not if you just tootle along like most of us do.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just an observation, but
Sure.
it's a little more than that because I've gotten 3 people back into physical therapy by spending 2, 3 months with them, walking them on upright walkers in their driveway and such. So, I mean, it's not just like a hollow statement, but it just seems like, you know, well, um, I don't think I'm going to work with her again, but I've got somebody I worked with for a while, and they released her. Release, that's the other version of graduate. Um, they released her and sent us home to walk with a Hemi walker and said if you know we could walk 100 150 feet then we'd come back for the next step, you know, gait work. But they don't want to, you know, well, they were giving them to her for free. They don't want to, you can do that part on your own at home, so they didn't want to, you know, be taking up therapy time, especially with a indigent patient. So but she wouldn't do it, so
Mm.
she wouldn't walk on the street because her neighbors. I said, don't, you know, I said, what, they're going to see you and you're going to be embarrassed? She said, she wouldn't answer. That means yes.
Mm.
And I said, don't you think they see us getting in and out of the car 3 times a week when we go to therapy in the grocery store and such? No answer. Um,
Mm.
you know, so it's, you know, if you don't get enough therapy, you got to do it at home. And
You
if you
know,
got to play the therapy game, if they tell you, you know, walk 150 feet and you can come back, by God, go home and figure out a way to do it and come back on them. I love taking those patients back in because that's the insurance company saying, okay, you're out of here and you probably won't do what you need to do, so we're done with you. So I love, you know, driving a patient back to therapy and getting them back in and, you know, going fondue to the insurance companies because I'm just that type of a hippie boy. Anyway,
uh,
uh,
well,
I used to hate,
let's go ahead and wrap this up
yep,
and just kind of close down the recording at least.
yep.
So for everybody that came, is there anybody else that wants to share if they wanted to say something or ask a question or anything? We do this every week. at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do a little chant before we close out. And it's just to show you real quick. Happy brain, happy body, healing body. It's
Wendy,
the chant.
do you have a question? You look like you had a question before we do the chant. Nope, apparently
No, I
not.
think she was chanting. So whenever everybody's ready, let's go ahead and say thank you and happy brain, happy body, healing body. Thank you, everybody, for the time today. I appreciate everybody's energy and how you shared it. Have a wonderful day. And for homework, we're going to practice this at least once this week on your own time for just a 2-minute stretch. Let's sit down one time this week and give this breath a little practice. I will check in with you next week to make sure this happened. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy day.